Hello, my name is Seth, and I own Sorrel Insurance and Smarter Solutions Inc., where it's our goal to create the best job in America by revolutionizing one of the worst industries, life insurance. And I just got off of the phone with an agency owner that was really insightful. I am very appreciative to this gentleman sitting down and having conversations with me, especially after we started off with a little bit of a spat on Facebook and social media over IULs and marketing, which is, I think, a healthy conversation that was had. He reached out to me a few days ago and was like, "Hey, I want to recruit you." I said, "Oh, I'm not really looking to be recruited, but I do have, I am on a mission." And he's like, "Well, what's this mission? Let's chat." So we just had like an hour long conversation, and it was very insightful because he has been in the industry for 10 years, been an agency owner for two, all telesales, and trying to crack this nut. And I think I might just be trying to work this through in my mind. Because I keep having this with agency owners where when I explain the system and what it is supposed to do, they're basically, I mean, nobody can disagree with its value, its plausibility, its power. But I got to figure out how to, I guess I'm going to have to tie it all together because as we are kind of going back and forth and he was saying, yes, but that's cool, but this is not true and this is not true and whatnot. And I think now I'm getting a little bit more of a clear head why I wanted to record this video is specifically we got onto something, which was we started kind of talking about retention or show rates as far as booked appointments because I tried other CRMs, which was not good. And then I talked about how I think one call close is just fundamentally wrong. And he started talking about how, like, yeah, but you know how difficult it is to get these people back on the phone. And it kind of got to the point, it's like, do you know how many times these people have been called? And that right there, and this is also to some of the other people that have just suggested that I'm too focused on lead generation. And maybe it's true. I don't think it is, but time will tell. The whole point that I was trying to make with this gentleman, and not that he didn't, I mean, he didn't have any disagreement with it, and it wasn't a point, but one of the issues in this industry is that the leads are sold over and over and over. And this is what this gentleman does too. His agency is live transfers and old data leads from another marketer to IMO. And that just kind of, and it just solidified it in my mind that this whole process has to start with generating leads for life insurance because you're gonna have to own this from beginning to end to make this system work. And the fact that there are basically no marketers in this industry that can stick around because they don't know the products, they do not know the solutions, they do not know the demographics, and they don't take any time to figure it out. And insurance agents don't know anything about marketing, and they're not going to figure it out either. So, and he asked me a question. He's like, "Are you trying to be a marketer? Or are you trying to sell insurance? Are you trying to build an agency?" And I said, "I think I have to do both." And I've gotten a lot of pushback from this, and I understand. Trust me, I want to push back on this. But I fundamentally am so convicted that this has to start with generating your own leads because this, I don't know if it's just the system's been tainted for so long that nobody's willing to talk, or that it's just so perverse and just, I don't even know, so far off track right now that people don't even want to look at it. But there are these systems in place that are kind of trying to do a very similar thing as far as a sales system, automations, whatever. They're not doing educational videos, and they're not doing good sales principles as far as referrals and beneficiary follow-ups. And even so, all of these people are still fueled on terrible leads from people that have been called numerous times. And this is, if I'm going to revolutionize this industry, I'm going to have to start with marketing and leads. Fundamentally, I do believe that, because I think if you can point out that, hey, you don't have to be deceptive or anything like that to generate leads. And you don't just have to sell them on a first call, and they're not going to be sold to all of these other agents a billion times. This is your lead agent. This is your job to get it concluded. Either they say, nope, I'm not interested, or yes, I am. But this is what you're going to have to do. They clicked on the button. They want the information. It shouldn't be that difficult. Don't annoy them. Get referrals. And this was another part of where the conversation kind of went, was I think you have to do this whole process differently, because the best leads that you can possibly get are your own sales that you've already done. Upsell these people and not just give them crap that they don't want. But everybody needs insurance, and if you're getting a life insurance policy, you might not, you might want to look into annuities if you have excess money, or if you have Medicare, you might look at a term policy or a whole life policy, vice versa. All these things. You might have children, grandchildren, spouses that need other policies. Go help them out. You have built the need, you have made the sales. The most valuable things you can do is continue to help those people, which is why I have built this system, and why I've built it in such a way that I have, is to make this whole process just much better, much stickier for all of the agents involved and all of the clients involved. So I just wanted to get that thought off of my head right now. It was a great conversation, and this gentleman is I would say he's doing the agency pretty well as far as offers training. I still fundamentally think that the entire process needs to be different. I don't think dialing for dollars or waiting for calls. And this was one of the things that he brought. And I don't know a lot of these facts or statistics, but most of his agents are either on old leads, dialing data leads, or live transfers. And they get 10 or 15 transfers a day. And I think they're closing about 1.5, which is a 10% close rate. I don't know how that, whatever. He had zero disagreement with the fact that most of the money is being left on the table with these leads, because general sales principle is 80% of sales is going to come after 5 or more propositions. And these people don't do 5 or more propositions. You can't in one phone call. So that was reassuring to kind of hear agreement in this. Now I just have to fucking crack the code. Like, how do I get these people to actually give it a chance? How do I do it myself? I'm not quite sure yet. But he did also give me this amazing tool that I'm going to have to look into. I did not know that American Amicable will give away accidental policies for leads. 1 year accidental death policies. Between $1,000 and $5,000, and they're from zero cost to $2, which is phenomenal. That is going to be a huge league magnet for me. I am very grateful for this individual. I got to get on this generating leads. I have to make a few phone calls with my IMO too and get some things sorted out. But that's what I wanted to talk about. I just had this idea in my mind. I have gotten so much pushback on the idea that in order to do this successfully, you're going to have to generate leads. And when I say successfully, I don't mean selling life insurance. You can sell life insurance by annoying the shit out of people. That's pretty much how it's done right now. Now, if you want it to be sustainable, if you want people to actually talk to you, and want you to talk to them again, you're going to have to do this whole thing differently. And I'm still convinced of that, as much as I don't want to be. As much as if I were to give myself advice, or other people's advice that they've been giving me is don't worry about leads. No, I'm really worried about leads. That's when the sales process starts, and that's where this whole garbage begins. So there we go. That's my rant on why life insurance, to revolutionize this or to be successful, you absolutely have to control your own leads, or get leads from somebody like myself that is doing that for you, that knows how to market, how not to annoy people, and how not to be disrespectful to the industry and to the people, like selling their insurance. Sales is about building trust. You're not going to build that much trust dialing somebody that's been dialed 10,000 times and annoying them into a sale. That's not very sustainable at all. So that's where I'm at. Okay, there's my rant on life insurance leads. If you want life insurance, if you want to work for a great agency, IMO that trains, does all this stuff, we are here. We're working on it. We are in that process. So thank you for your time. Leave a comment, like, follow, share, do all that stuff. And we'll see you next time. All right, adios.